What is up, homies? Doing another replay review. This time's 2v2. I haven't done any 2v2s, so this should be good. Dude's Champ 3 is trying to push SSL. Wanted some help. So yeah. Also, I want to start this replay by showing ball chasing. He gave me permission to show his name. His name's Jay. And I wanted to talk about ball chasing and how I kind of use it, and how you guys can use it to kind of pay attention to some important things. So I don't really pay attention to like the scoreboard and all this stuff, although you can use it. The main thing I really look at is the boost. Um, I believe they're orange team. Yeah, they're orange team. So, team isn't really as important. I don't really care about this as much. I mean, it's kind of important because I mean you can get a good grasp for like who was in control most of the game. I'm gonna assume that it was the orange team based on the amount of higher BPM, higher average boost amount. But what's interesting is that they have higher seconds with zero boost, so maybe not. But anyways, let's go to Jay. So first thing I noticed is he has the highest boost per minute, so he's using quite a bit of boost per minute. But since his average is like kind of on par with everybody, I'm not thinking it's a super big deal. Um, but now I look at this and I see seconds with zero boost and almost a minute. But this is almost 20% of the game that this guy doesn't have boost. You don't want this. If you have good boost management, a lot of times you'll see this number will be really low. I try to keep it below like 30 seconds in the game. It's pretty solid. Yeah, and then you can see 100 time with 100 boosts very low as well. And you see the discrepancy here. Quite a bit of time. This is the percentage, right? If you display it in seconds, this is a lot of time when he's on low boost. This is over 2 minutes of the game, so you know, in a 5-minute game, I don't know if this went to OT, but in a 5-minute game, that's a lot of time. And then you also see amount used with supersonic. This can be misleading because you don't want to use boost while you're supersonic, but also if you have to aerial, sometimes you need to. But it is way higher than everyone else's. So yeah. Now let's look at amount collected. So you can see his teammate got a little bit more than him. But not a huge amount, like 200 more boost-ish, a little less. But you can see that his, where's it? Time on 100 boost, way higher. And then time with 0 boost is about the same. So, I mean, your boost management here doesn't show a lot. But the one thing I did notice is you have a high BPM. It seems like you might waste a bit of boost, and then your seconds is the highest in the lobby, and you never want that. You want to always have boost. You never want to be the guy always out of boost. But yeah, without further ado, I want to get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. All right. Control? Nope. Your team gets dusted the boost, and you get scored off. Yep. Alright, so bad kickoff. Alright, so I mean, obviously, like, once this happens, it's kind of unfortunate. I don't think your cheat's terrible. You know, actually, in 3, I'd say they should probably be getting better kickoffs, but also, who knows? This will flies above your head. But you need to understand that this is coming in quick, so you have really 2 options. You could either waste all your boost and hit it right away, or you could let it bounce. And I know you can let it bounce because that guy's pretty far away from you, and you can see him the whole time on the kickoff. That's how we know this. Especially in 2s, you kind of have to pay attention to the guy cheating. So right before contact, I always like to look at them and see where they're at. So you know he's all the way back. You're like, okay, I have a bit of time, so I would have tried to either let this bounce if you can't reach it, or use a little bit of boost to kind of get under it, and then take it to the side over there. Because, I mean, you don't know this at the time, but your teammate ends up losing the boost, losing the mid boost, so he can't really do anything. Yeah, but then you kind of pass it to him, right? And then you get scored on when you could have just controlled the ball. And especially in 2s, you have to do a really good job controlling the ball, because you just don't have that extra person to help defend things. So you kind of throw the ball away. Pretty good pass, can't lie. Honestly, a good play from them, but you did misplay. Both of you did. Bad kickoff. but then you could have saved it by controlling the ball, by understanding that you had time in that situation, but you didn't, and you threw it away. And yeah, a lot of players will panic when the ball goes right over their head, and they can't really see. But you have to. That's why you want to observe what's happening on the field before that happens. Now you know you have time. Oh, this is such an awkward challenge. Yeah, I really don't like this play. So first of all, you go for boost, and I mean, okay, it makes sense. Your teammate just got shit on, but also I would always cheat on kickoff, because you don't want to be taking these 1v1s. It's just such a bad situation. Um, so that's the first thing I would have done. Even though we lost really hard, I still would have cheated. Because I would bet on the fact that your teammate's not going to completely mess up the kickoff every single time. So then I would be like around here. But now your path to challenge him gives you no options. Like you're here, right? Even let me go back a few more seconds. But basically, the way you drive at the ball allows him to shoot this. Like he has so many options here as this develops, right? You pretty much drive right into the middle of the net right there, right? And so now he can either shoot here, he can shoot here. You can't even see the guy back here that he could pass this to, right? So he just has so many options. He can even maybe put it above you. And that's because your line basically, like you're basically driving at him, but you're not really cutting any of the threats off. So basically what I'd recommend doing, instead of that, let me get kind of like an aerial perspective. You drive over there, right? And then basically what you do is you kind of like come in like this. Instead of doing that, I'd recommend either. This is already kind of a bad situation because you didn't cheat. So this is something you could do. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because there's a guy back here, but you could like wait front post and give him the dribble. Although if he's good at flicking, it's probably a goal. Or what you could do, and I'd say this is the better play, is you could kind of come in like this and turn around here and fake challenge here, and hopefully he throws you the ball. Because if you're sitting, I'd probably not like there. I'd probably come in more like this. And that way you can eventually get over here to this back post. So probably something more along the lines like this. Maybe throwing a fake challenge somewhere here. I'd go in like this because what it's going to do is it's going to keep shots up here. They're all going to be in front of you and easy to save. And if you're sitting over here on this side of the field, I'll show you. You can see the pass option develop. You're here. So, you come in here, right? But then what I'd do, I would fake challenge like this, start turning around. You're probably somewhere over here by now, and then you can jump and save this. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend for that situation. Instead of giving yourself a really bad line, because it just makes it so awkward for you. But yeah. Also, yeah, cheating on the kickoff. Your pros are always going to cheat in twos, unless they call for like a back left or back right. But it's just like so risky to take those 1v1s. So yeah, I mean that's a bad play from you. I'm surprised they didn't do better at that. That really probably could have been a goal. This is fine. Peering behind you, good job. I don't like this line either. You're so straight on. It's probably a goal. Yeah. This is fine. Here though, instead of coming along the field, you kind of drive back like this, which just makes it like super awkward to challenge up here. You have to like turn and go like that. I would kind of come in a little wider, probably something more along the lines of like this. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a back post rotation, just because he's coming kind of quickly. In threes, you can definitely go for it because you have more time, and you have another player. But like here, I'd kind of rotate kind of something like this, because it brings a challenge at this angle a little easier than like jumping up like this and trying to hit it. You just like come super straight here, and then it makes it really awkward to make this save. So let me kind of show you where you'd be if you didn't do this. So like here, kind of move with you. You'd be over here, right? And then as he's shooting this, you're around here. because you probably wouldn't jump, so you'd probably be here, right? And then you can just wait for him to flip, and then boom, you just save it. And even on your line, it probably would have been savable. Although I wouldn't have recommended the line, you just shouldn't have jumped when you did, because your teammate wouldn't have been back. But yeah, just get a little bit more back post. That way you can have an easier way to hit this. Yeah, you can't jump this early though. You just kind of have to expect things like this. So I'd say that one's more on you. Although your teammate doesn't get a great play here, but you still could have made up for it by rotating better and putting yourself in a better spot to defend this. It's just kind of a really poor attempt at a save. Okay, that happens. Alright, let's see the kickoff. No speed flip. Probably not a ones player then. Still win it though. Speed flips are good. Recommend them if you're trying to get like SSL and higher. This is a really sloppy turn. I see a lot of players do things like this where it's just like so slow. I mean, that is just this is a really bad turn. You just need to like stop holding power slide and turn instantly. I see a lot of players do this, so I have an example to show you real quick. We're at 341. I think this is my replay. Yeah. Alright, right around here somewhere. Alright, right here is where it happened. So I pretty much get in the exact same spot you are, right, with this ball coming down. But I'm not gonna hold power slide. See how my turn is just way more efficient. So basically the same situation you are. I'm gonna come out a little bit first to make my line a little bit better into this ball. And then we're just gonna turn really quick, hold power slide for just a little bit, and you can see I hold it for just a little bit because the grass blades chip up for just a tiny amount. Let me slow this down. So you see the grass blades right there, and we basically stop holding power slide now, and now we're turning. Instead of just like going all the way up the wall. Because what you do is something a little bit more like this. You just kind of like hold power slide, and then it like takes you all the way up there. Or instead, when you're turning like this, just tap power slide a little bit, and then turn. You're ready to do whatever you need to do. So yeah, that's that real quick. But let me get back into this for you. Yeah, but anyways, really bad turn. Yeah, that's just really sloppy. And then I don't know why you flick so early. He's nowhere near you. You just have to, like, when you're dribbling, you have to pay attention. You see him turn, right? But then you flick it anyways. You give the ball to him then. That's not great. They give the ball right back, so it doesn't matter. Better team is just going to do better with that, though. Oh, why are you turning away? Like, you turn away at the wrong time. I think you get too close here, right? You might expect, okay, he's gonna hit it back. Which is all because I think you move up a little too quick too early. I'd rather you be like here and facing forward, like this, as opposed to here and having to face backwards, because you have to respect to this. Because then when this does bounce like that, you can jump up and score it. But instead, because you have to make this adjustment to turn back around now when you're here, now you can't get to this. And then when the play finally develops, you get a bad 50 that leaves your teammate in an awkward spot. And he just gets stumped. And then own goals. And you miss the save. Alright. That was pretty bad. Definitely savable. Your pathing is terrible back. You don't get a single pad. Okay, you get one. Never mind. You get one pad on the entire field back. Like, oh my, dude. What are you like? You grabbed this pad. You grabbed this pad right here. Pen, please? Okay, so you grabbed this pad right here. And then I would have came, nope, not like that. I would have came down this line of pads. Boost, 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 boost. We're sitting on like 40, 50 boost. This comes in, easy save. Instead you're here when you could be like here, coming into this. Again, this is what you did earlier. You didn't give yourself a good angle to save this. You always want to be saving the ball when it's coming in like that. It's just easier. Unless you're shadow defending, then, you know, you want to be here, right? But you're not. He is. So I'd come in on the other side like this. That way you can jump into it like that and save it. Plus, you come this side, you get all the paths. I wouldn't recommend doing this because you're going to be too close to your teammate. And if you're here and he's here, then basically both of you can be outplayed by the same ball, which is not what you want to be doing. You want to kind of spread out. Not as much as threes you want to be spreading out, but still. And then you just miss the save. Like, this is definitely saveable. You just don't turn before you jump. It goes in your net. I mean, 3 goals. Basically, all could have been avoided, but you made bad plays. You could blame your teammate for those, but if you blame your teammate, you're never going to go anywhere in this game, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Why are you going, like, I don't know. I don't like how quickly you drive up here, because this is 100% your teammate's ball. So why are we so close to him? Now, him and you are basically covering the same ball. And let's say this guy just decides, like, to challenge right now, and we're sitting here. If he just destroys your teammate, you're both out of the play. So I'd recommend being somewhere over there, middle, a little bit further back, somewhere like here. Because it allows you to cover the dunk, it allows you to get to a pass. It's just a better spot to be in. So after I would grab the boost, I would went more towards the right to the middle of the field. Ends up working out. But like, these are small things. Like, this is a small thing. If you're here already, right, and he just passes us that way, then you can score, right? Because there's no one in net yet. It's just a missed opportunity. Something you're probably not even aware of. Like, you might not see this as a misplay, but it kind of is. It's really a missed opportunity is a better way to put it than a misplay. That's fine. How's your read? Your turn's pretty bad again. You boost too hard into this. I wouldn't have gone this fast to the right. You see this touch right here? I slow down. Because what I'm gonna do is if I'm slowing down here, then we're gonna be like about here when this ball bounces, which is gonna give us more distance between the ball and the wall. Whereas if you're closer, you just have less time to react to it. So the further away you are from the ball, the more time you have to react to the bounce. And he's already out of play, so it's not like you really have to beat somebody. But you kind of just move too far forward. Maybe you didn't expect him to get a hard touch. I don't know. But if instead of being here, you're more like here because you have more distance, then it's just way easier to get to this ball. So I guess like just anticipate the bounce a little earlier. Like you see the bang, okay. Even me, I don't know exactly how this is gonna bounce. But I know I don't really have to worry about reading it because we're looking here and we're looking here. Like as soon as you see the ball go off the wall, we kind of know where it's going. We're looking here and here, seeing what they're doing. Okay, now what can I do? I'm going to slow down and then come back into it a little slower. Now, even with your line, you can still get to this, but your turn's really inefficient. And then you jump when literally no one's around you. Like, what? What are you doing? We just saw him in net and him on the ground. Why are we rushing this? There's no need. And then you just give the ball back to them. Leave your teammate in an awkward spot. They don't do anything, but, you know, better teams are going to punish you for that. This is such a risky challenge, okay. I mean, sometimes you just gotta trust yourself. I like how you don't hesitate, you go. But I don't know. I don't know why your teammate even goes to you. Like, what is he doing? I don't like this play by your teammate or you. Just because I'm used to, like, if this happened, and it's a more mechanical player, this is going over your head 100%, but he just gets there a little late. But yeah, I mean, a good challenge. I guess it works. I mean, sometimes you take those. I definitely have more defensive play stuff though, so. Again, here, you're right on top of your teammate. You're facing backwards when the play's moving forwards. Like, let's say this 50 ends up here. Again, you shouldn't be here, first of all, but if you are here, I would like you to be here, facing into the play. But yeah, this is just bad positioning, really. I don't even if you are here, I guess facing here is better because you need to cover a shot because your positioning's bad. But you're coming in way too close to your teammate here. No need. Spread out. This happens, right? The ball bounces. Don't land here. I would have tried to land with my wheels facing this way. Turned around, came in like this. As this play develops, so now we're here, we're waiting. Okay, this is just a way easier spot to defend anything from. Instead, you land right next to your teammate, and again, when you're here, they don't challenge, but let's say they both challenge, this ball bounced off the wall, and let's say he's in a different spot too. I mean, it's way more risky, because you guys are both sitting on top of each other. Not ideal. Good job to spread out quickly though. And again, because you're so close to your teammate, this kind of becomes threatening if he hits it hard. As opposed to like if you're back here, it's not as threatening. Luckily he doesn't bang it, and he actually gives you a chance to score this. Just kind of a misplay from him. Good pass. Oh, gotta pay attention to the bumps. You know you beat him, right? In the back of your head, you gotta be thinking, okay, I don't need to worry about really this whole thing yet. I know someone's coming behind me. We at the very least, you need to be checking behind you with a quick ball cam, or with a quick stick flick. You know, just like hit the right trigger. Alright, it looks like we got the camera bug. Back. Yeah, but basically you gotta check behind you to tell that this dome's coming. You might have been able to do something off that play. Ball comes back. Control it. Good job. And okay. That was interesting. A lot of time. Take your time. Good job over one. Nice. Wow, that was a horrible shot. It's a good job taking your time here. This is good play. See the pass attempt. Your teammate misses. I think. Yeah, he kind of misses. Weird dunk. This is decent from you. I'd say your first touch, I wouldn't really put it like towards him. I'd try and put it more to the left. Away from this guy. That way you have space between after you beat this guy, him, and this guy. Whereas like you put it over here, then he's kind of close to it. Whereas if you're over here, a lot more room to work. Which I think is why you kind of rush this, right? Although he kind of fake challenges you, and then you miss, and it just kind of works out. I don't know how, like, I feel like you could have saved this. Like, this is not a good shot for you at all. Yeah, you just fake him, I guess. I don't know, he flips the wrong way. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that's, even though it works out, it's kind of still a bad dribble play for me, I'm not gonna lie. Starts to come back though, I respect it. You get absolutely dusted. Does he speed flip? Kind of. Your kickout's also really inefficient. And you don't even hit the ball center, so that's why you lose it. Your teammate in a bad spot. And you land so far to the left that now you're kind of out of the play. I wouldn't have even gone for boost here because of how awkward this is. I'd just grab and pass on the way back, trying to help as soon as I can. Yeah, because you see it becomes threatening. That could have been a goal if that shot was perfect. This is much better positioning than when last time I talked about when you were like up here. That's not a good X up here, and he was like over there. Better to stay a little bit more to the right. Fine challenge. Team is rotating out. GC3. I probably honestly would have faked this though, just because your teammate, like when you're going for this, is over here. And if he gets this straight over you, it's going to be a 2v1. I would have probably just faked this, had him thrown that ball against the wall, and then gone for it. Instead, you kind of throw yourself out of play and are forced to take a 50. Decent play from your teammate. I'd say you get too close again with your teammate right here. Like here, I'd want to be more like back here. Just so you have a little bit more time to react to it. Maybe you're trying to threaten this, but also it gives him the option to go up the wall really quick and score, but he's out of base, so you kind of get lucky. Then you yoink your teammate's boost. Looks like he gets a little bit tilted by just waiting there. Yep, he definitely gets a little triggered, unfortunate. And then, I don't like how tight your angle is here again. I know I've seen First Killer in similar situations like this, but he doesn't, he usually deals with it a little bit better, where he can come at it with more of an angle. So I would recommend it. I don't even know why you land yourself backwards. You should be forward here. And then I'm gonna have to flip kind of diagonally back. That way I can get like more here when I land. That way it's easier to hit this. But it works out for you. Just something to think about though. You may still AFK, and then you dribble it way too fast and lose control on what is going to be a good play. Here, I'm going to slow down a little bit, ship it over here, and start taking it so I can get these boost pads, and then get a shot on net while he's coming on this side, instead of allowing him to shadow and get an easier save. But you just lose control of ball, so kind of just throw it away. And yeah, the guy's coming behind you, but also I think you would have had the time for it. This is like probably a second behind you. I think that's enough time to get it to the side. Let me see that. Yeah, there's the gap you need right there. You don't take it. I'll get this. Ends up setting your teammate up well. Oh, well, that's such a risky boost grab. I think here I'm just taking these pads. If you go for here, you know your teammate's gonna get challenged soon. And this could have been a goal. Honestly, should have been a goal. That guy's just not ready. Yeah, that should have been a goal. You guys get lucky there. Good patience. But it was a little too far. That's fine though. I like the pass attempt. Especially with you not having boosts. And then they get a terrible save. We get a free goal. You almost missed that, which is a little questionable. But I like... I don't know. I wouldn't have tried to place it all the way over here. I would have just shot it like here. Because you know he's falling this way. But yeah, you really go for that angle, and okay, I mean, if you hit those, you hit those. I respect it. Decent first touch. I'd say it goes a little bit too far. Not a great play. These should probably be goals, honestly. You hit the ball so far away from yourself, and then you're maybe faking a reset, but you kind of just hit it once. Make it pretty easy to save. You should have done more with that. Can't be throwing away opportunities like that. Stop cutting for your teammate. Although, probably should have hit the ball. It's okay though. Maybe pass the middle. Again, here, I don't like how you don't check to see exactly where they are. You can just hear him. I would just flip on the camera real quick, especially since he's not going to be challenged for a second. That way you can tell, like, is he over here? Is he behind me or behind you? You know, it's just gives you more information to deal with the play. So, yeah, something I would recommend. And at this point, you know your team is not really passing to you, so I'd turn out, yeah, good job. Take the ball. Oh, should have been a goal. I would try to get this a little bit higher, like up here-ish. That was just a little bit more awkward for him, whereas like you hit it kind of here. I think you hit it like more here. This is kind of an easy read. But his teammate goes, so he just pre-jumps you, and then that guy doesn't go, and you almost get a shot on. Your teammate should have scored that, but still not the best possible pass for me. Still good though. Fake, perfect, big again, decent. I don't like this. Oh, that's not good. That's just you've done this to yourself so many times. You need to go wider. You are putting yourself in such an awkward spot by forcing yourself to like read these on really tight angles by coming in like this. If you're coming in here, this is just so much easier. And even here, if you just like turn here, just kind of wait for this. I would have done it earlier, though. Like you don't have to really worry about him. But then this is just so much easier to see coming and read the bounce. Yeah, I'd get a little bit. Just give yourself a wider angle to do it. And I'm not saying like it's basically rotating back post, but in twos it's not necessarily rotating all the way back post, especially higher level. Sometimes it's just rotating enough to get yourself a better angle on a read on a wall bounce. And then it looks like we have the replay stuck again. So, and we're back. Yeah, but like I was saying, give yourself a wider angle here. That way this ball's easier to read. This just gets so awkward, especially with a bomb coming in. I mean, it's just that's way easier to save if you have a wider angle. I don't really like how you hit it right to where he is, basically. He just ends up going down, but you basically hit this right to him. And then that's pretty bad because you're out of the play. And let's say he gets a better pass. That's a really good shot attempt. Let's not. Do you hit the counter? Nope. Practice the redirects. That's a bad turn again on the landing. I don't know why you flip there. You're going to put yourself too far away, and then it makes this awkward. And then you end up wasting a lot of boost. I haven't even really been paying attention to your boost management. Oh my god. How does this work out? Maybe you get fake. Oh, I don't know. You probably should have scored that then. That was very interesting. 50 for your teammate. Good control though. Yeah, pretty slow. Your first touch was pretty decent, I'd say. Then you need to transition out of this way faster. This is just too slow. And then you guys both literally get down at the exact same time. You don't get scored on. Mind blowing. Not a great first touch. Yeah, this is bad ball control. Seems like you're like kind of scared about where they are. You don't need to be. You just need to be checking around more. Like when you hit this ball, I'm gonna turn off ball cam and just look over here, see where they are. That way you know how much time you have. Because you can't reach the ball anyways, so what's the point really watching the ball? But you kind of do, but you don't really get enough information, and then I think you panic a little bit here. And then here, you really want to be 50ing on this side to block your net, as opposed to kind of hitting it like this, because then the ball's just going to fly that way. Well, you know, yeah, sometimes they'll go in your net, and those are a little bit unfortunate. You totally cut your teammate there, and it's not a good play. Although, maybe you saw that he wasn't there. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this was good for you. I didn't notice that he wasn't there. He should have been back. But I think he might have thought this was his ball. Who's your... Kind of interesting how he rotates so far out here. I don't know. I still would have probably gone behind him. Because this isn't super threatening yet. All good though. Score? Nice. Very good, very good. Alright, I don't pay attention to your boost management. I can tell you if I think it's decent or not. Good play from you. I wouldn't have wasted all your boost to do that. That's kind of... He's not even jumping, so... I would have just let the ball kind of fall to the ground and go for 50. But you end up getting a good pass because he doesn't challenge you. You're wasting lots of little boosts here. You're just kind of feathering for no reason. Right there. There goes 14. And there goes about 10 more. Don't need to do that really. Especially because the play's slowing down. Again, more feathering. Like, yeah, you're just kind of indecisive. Right here. Feather, feather, feather. You're just wasting boosts. Because I think you're trying to decide whether you want to go for this or not. You just gotta don't hesitate. Get close and then just use all your boost. Because boost is exponential. Like the earlier you boost, the faster you will go earlier, right? So like if you boost here, then here, then here, then here, then here, right? During these periods, you're slowing back down, right? Whereas opposed to if you're just going soft and then you just like boost, right? And you boost here. You're not slowing down, right? So you're just speeding up the whole time. So it's better to just like speed up early if you're going to speed up and go, as opposed to just like little boost, little boost, little boost, little boost. Now some situations are hard to read, but this one's pretty obvious. I would have just sped up quick, stopped boosting, pretty much as soon as I jumped. Would have been able to just hit this ball and do that. Yeah, if you want to see good boost management, look at EU players. They're really good at it. Or Garrett G. Garrett G is really good boost management. Again, you're coming so, like, you're just not giving yourself good angles to save this. Like, you're coming in so close here. I think you need to come a little bit wider. But it works out because the ball just kind of bounces off like this. So now you're kind of in a good spot to shadow. Whereas like if this ball would have just kept coming down as you were coming kind of in, so if this ball would have came like this while you were coming in like that, it would have been a little bit more awkward. That's such a bad touch. Oh my god. This is so bad for me. If you're gonna kill this ball, it has to go this way. Passing it out like this when you don't have a teammate, oh man, you get lucky. This guy really has put so many chances to score. Alright. Another bad kickoff, because your kickoffs are really slow. Mainly because I don't think you know how to speed flip, and I think that guy's no speed flipping. So those are going to cost you goals higher level, because everyone knows how to speed flip. Basically everybody. Once you get to like 2K, MMR, you know, pretty much everyone you're going up against or something. Good patience. Not the best. I like how you're facing forward here instead of backwards, though. You keep enough distance between yourself and your teammate where you can stay forward, as opposed to last time where you had to turn back. Alright, okay, I don't know why you rushed this. This is a really bad play. Like, these you need to be capitalizing on for two reasons. Number one, here we gotta be doing two things. Buying time for him to get back, and getting a good control play. Like, if you're gonna go for this early, you have to make sure you're putting them in an awkward spot. If you just pass it to them, it's a 2v1 for them with your teammate not back yet with boost. So he's probably low boost. There it is. You just can't do this. This is just a really, really poor play from you. Look, they're on a 2v1. Let's say he controls this. If he controls this, this is such a bad play for you. Like, this is probably a goal. Because look at how much space he has. He has the whole field to dribble him with his teammate coming this way, so he could even go for a bumper. That's really bad. That should have been game right there. But you're just not going up against players good enough to punish you for these things. That's such a bad read. Again, you're coming on to the ball. Like, I would want you to come back, not like that. More on this back side of the post. When this bounces out, it's easier to read. Now, when you're here too, and this ball goes off the backboard like it did, it's gonna be easier to read, as opposed to like sitting under the net. Unless you're trying to touch that, but you kind of don't, I think, because he goes for it. And then this situation's kind of fine, except for the fact that you don't read this. It's still good. Like, you're still in a decent spot, but you don't read it, so, best. Oh my god, you guys are literally getting so lucky. You move up too far here, you miss this, right? Your team gets a 50, and then even though he's probably beat to this, you still move up. And you basically leave the net open. Right there, yeah. You just gotta understand, okay, my teammate probably doesn't boost. He just went for the ball twice, right? Like, he just went for that double tap, and he just went for that, so he's gotta be low boost. I can't trust that hard. And then you guys get so lucky that hits the post. Okay. Are you throwing it away? I don't know. If I'm not gonna, like, by hitting it like this, you force your teammate to jump, basically. I would have just controlled there. I think I just would have gone for a dribble play, because that guy's headed back. You have a lot of space. I would have gone for a dribble instead of forcing my teammate to use boost. Although you end up pulling one out, so it's good. Then you do that, and your teammate saves you by landing on it with the amount of luck. Oh my god. This is incredible. Holy shit. And he misses again. Oh my gosh. You guys are so lucky. Oh my lord. So many misplays. Obviously the misplay there is just you miss the ball, and it happens. You guys are probably gonna get a dumb goal too. It's probably gonna be like a pinch into the defenders. Double tap. Each. Okay, never mind. Wasn't a dumb goal. Yeah, you guys should have lost this game 100% though. It's pretty lucky you even hit that ball, but like, I think he should have got this over you. He just doesn't flick it. And then it ends up going right over middle and you score, so. Yeah, but you guys definitely should have lost this game. Yeah, basically, main things I saw were you weren't rotating at a good angle. Like let me show you a better example. I know First Killer does this a lot. That's why I have one of his replays ready. Alright. Um. Alright. So as you can see here, First Killer is just baiting in the teammate. You know, baiting in the mind game. He takes the demo. You know, he's ready. He's just setting himself up. You know, he's making the other team more confident. You know, so it's a good play from First Killer there just to take the goal. You know, because see now he sets himself up for the aerial play, right? Gets the aerial play, messes it up. Yeah, but still a good play from First Killer. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let me go a little bit more into this game. I think it happened somewhere around here. Yeah. So look at how First Killer rotates differently. Same situation, right? You were more like over here, I noticed. Right, but look at where First Killer is. Look at where he's. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, but like, look at how First Killer is rotating much wider. He's not going all the way back post because of the situation, right? But still, it's giving him more of an angle to come in at the ball with an easier time. Then he's able to get a pretty good attempt on, but he kind of throws the ball away. But yeah, definitely way better first. And then there's also this play that I saw him do, where you were also backwards, but look at how First Killer's going to handle it differently. He's going to turn in a way to give himself an angle on the save. See how he gives himself? For your situation, it ended up going this way, but First Killer basically backs up here, and then he goes out like this so he can come into it with a better angle. As opposed to coming in like this and it being like really sharp, he gives himself way more time to see what's happening. So yeah, that's why like these tiny little adjustments you make, give yourself more time to react to this, or it's just so much better. Now you can get the save. Still kind of a bad touch, but a better play. So yeah, do things like that. Definitely be, you know, like when you can, you definitely want to rotate. Especially in twos, I'd say it's more middle. It's less back post. In threes, it's definitely more back post. In twos, it's more like coming down here and then waiting to see what you can do. But it's not always going to be right down the middle. So it's not always going to be rotate like this. That's not always going to work. So you know, it's going to depend on the situation, how far back you want to be waiting for the ball at. So yeah, definitely something to think about. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you guys need more replays or anything like that, let me know. But without further ado, have a good rest of your day, guys.